Hey guys, Daryl and Josh, Central Wisconsin Power Sports, Weston, Wisconsin, coming to you again with another video. One of the products we carry, this is a Ferri ZME 155 flail mower. Very different than a rotary cutter. We'll show you the reasons why it's different. This mower is made in Italy, very good quality. They use greasable bearings everywhere they possibly can on this machine for those people that really want to care about their machine and make it last a lifetime. Give it to their kids when they're done with it. There's not sealed bearings anywhere on this unit. This unit is 5 foot 1 inch cutting width. When you have it folded down right behind the tractor, it'll follow right behind the tractor. You have an option to swing it out and make it cut off to the side. When you do that, it's a 6 foot 8 swing out from the center. So from the center of the tractor to the tip of this edge, you'll be 6 foot 8 out. Works really well on a tractor that's 5.5 feet wide, 5 feet wide. This unit runs from 18 to 40 horsepower. We have units that'll go from 18 all the way up to 160 horsepower units that we have available to us. We also have municipal units, the big booms that go out over bridges and everything. We have those that we can get as well. So if you're a municipality, we can work with you. This unit does something else. You can see that it folds up 90 degrees, but it also folds down 60 degrees. So if you're mowing along a ditch or a pond, you can get it down without driving along the ditch itself and getting sucked into the lower areas and into your pond or over the bank. You can drop this down and do a bank. And we did some Facebook videos that have that featured. They turned out really well. Jump on and try and find that. This unit doesn't have two big rotary blades. It has multiple knives. You can also get it with hammers if you're doing some really big brush work, but this is for units up to 1.5 inches thick. So this is dual knives. They are reversible and they are what they call self-sharpening. So these spin and they flex, so they don't break off very easy. This roller here that you see, that's what sets your height. You have 3 height positions on this unit. The further down the roller is, the higher these will be off the ground. Keeps it from hitting rocks. If you know you have rocks in your area, you're not sure if you have rocks, set it for the lower setting. On the roller set, you have the highest position off the ground, and that'll maybe help you find out what you have in your field if you're starting someplace new. If you look off to the side, we have last year's old growth plus this year's new growth. In this section, we get to the corner, there's just this year's new growth because that part of the field was cut last year. We also have a bush in there. We'll show you some real world cutting on what you have on your property possibly and how it can really leave it laying way better than a big rotary mower that's just going to leave big pieces everywhere. We'll go ahead and jump in. I'll fold it out, I'll fold it down, and we'll go ahead and start cutting, and Josh will do some voiceover to let you know what's happening here. The tractor that we're running today is a 40 horse LS MT240. So it's at the top of the power band for this unit, but it works just very nicely. It handles it really well.
So like Daryl said, we're cutting some pretty tall grass here. I'm about 5'9", and I would say I am about the same height as the grass we're cutting here. You can see it's also pretty thick. And like Daryl said, we're running a 40 horsepower LS tractor. So he's made a couple passes here already. You can kind of see what it's doing. Lays everything out really nice. In a short amount of time, this grass will basically mulch right into the ground. You'll have some nice green growth come back here. You can see it's really handling that tall, thick grass with ease. Let's see what it's going to do with this bush here. You can really see that it also handled that without a problem. Cutting some fairly thick material there in that bush, and it really laid it out here pretty nice. And like Daryl mentioned earlier, the nice part about this, down over a ditch line, if you have a pond or a edge of a stream or river on your property, this is just a really nice, safe way for you to be able to get down and maintain the edge of that without having to get down in the water with any kind of a walk behind or handheld unit. No big clumps being left behind like you'll see with your typical rotary mowers. If you took a regular brush mower in a field like this, you're going to see a lot of large clumps left behind. These flail mowers really distribute it nice and evenly. You won't have those dead grass areas here in a couple weeks. This will all come back real nice. And in a few days, he's going to have a pretty nice looking field here again. Again, this machine can be run by a tractor that's as little as 18 horsepower. Obviously, you're going to have to adjust your speed based upon what you're cutting if you have a smaller tractor, but I'm sure you can hear that this 40-horse tractor is cutting through all of this material without having any trouble whatsoever. So you can kind of see everything we cut here. Some really thick, heavy stuff at the beginning. Can show how you can adjust that machine up and down. So just a ton of options. Really very versatile. Like I said, if you have a ditch bank you want to cut into or down along the edge of a pond.
You can see the difference between the two fields. You can speed up on this one. It's going to cut it finer because of course there's not as much mat in there. But it really grinds up the old mat and helps that field to now, if I cut it like that, it'll rot down way faster, and that'll be way healthier in a year's time if you cut it like this with this one than it would be with a rotary cutter, because it's going to grind it up finer. You're going to have more mulch going in. It's going to rot down. It's going to fertilize your land faster. So that's what you really want, is to get that stuff rotting down. As you can see, the knives, they handled it just fine. There's no worse for the wear. Like I say, they are reversible, so you get double the life out of these. If you know you have a lot of tag alders, late saplings and things in your field, you can get the hammers, which are a solid cup. So there'd only be one, and it would be shaped like a cup coming off this to cut. And so that's only one knife, and when it's done, it's done. There is not a reversible hammer that's out there, but you know what you need, and you know how you're going to use it. If you have really bad ground that has never been taken care of, never been gone through and cut, you want to open up a field, you could put hammers on. You can go ahead and switch to the knives once you got that down for the first time, and now you're just going to start maintaining that property. You can switch out to the knives. Very versatile, very good tool. It is a little expensive compared to some of them because this one is very high quality. We have options from all ends of the spectrum that we can offer you. We have other brands, but this one here is the king of the cutters as far as quality wise and what you're going to get for your money. So this is a generational thing. You can give it to your kids when you're done. Really nice piece of equipment. You can get it at Central Wisconsin Power Sports right in Weston, Wisconsin. We'd love to talk to you about it. If we need to, come out and do a demo at your place. So give us a call with all your needs: tractor, machinery, ATVs, UTVs, lawnmowers. We got it all. So just give us a call. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.